my standards are very high right now. My friends are probably like, girl, I don't know about all that. Like,
I'll be talking shit about like everyone. I'll say something quick about one person, but I'll have people text me and they're like, are you talking about me on your podcast? And I'm like, bitch, if the shoe fits.
Self-awareness, I think I might actually be like the most obnoxious person I know, but also the most correct.
Whenever I take a selfie, I feel like I look like dog shit.
I'm here be looking real good. I'm like, damn, let me get your number, shawty. And then I like try to take a selfie. I can't take this.
Welcome back to Kickin It With Katelyn.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast, Kickin It With Katelyn. Today, I am kicking it with none other than Amy.
Hi guys. Hi Katelyn's followers.
Girl, whatever. I am so happy to have you here. Like genuinely, like I'm so excited.
No, I'm happy to be here. So happy to be here. I'm excited.
Stop, because like I'm also still nervous, even though I said I wasn't nervous, or I did say. I don't know how to stop. Obviously I am word throwing up, but we're here.
We're
that's
here,
what matters.
and we're gonna get it going.
Right.
Dude, self-awareness, I think I might actually be like the most obnoxious person I know, but also the most correct.
Dude, I love that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I think it's so miserable. Dude, being as self-aware as I am is probably like the most miserable thing ever.
Yeah.
But also, I know it's sparing me some. And it just sucks. I grew up with such judgmental parents, and I think because of that, I'm so judgmental towards everyone. And it's so, like, gross to say. Like, I feel so ugly judging people. I have no right to judge people. But I can't help but, like, have my own thoughts and opinions. And, like, I don't know. I'm just such a hater. But I'm also the biggest lover, so I don't know.
That is true.
It's very hard, but I feel like the self-awareness is what makes me like that's how I keep myself sane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that you saying that like you've grown like into the self-awareness maybe like what's changed so much about you, which is a good thing though, because it's like, I mean, we're all obnoxious when we're little. So like once you're like, oh, I'm the obnoxious one. Everything fixes itself.
Everything fixes itself. Yeah. And it's funny because I'm like, yeah, I'm not obnoxious anymore. But there's hella people out there that like genuinely hate me and the way I am.
Oh.
But I'm like okay with that. I'm like, girl, whatever.
Dude, me too. I still have people who are like, you make content still? And I'm like, yeah, bitch, and you watch it. And you watch it.
And it's coming up on your For You page. Like, the numbers are there. That's crazy.
Right.
I wouldn't even, I don't know. That's crazy to me, though, because I thought it was so exciting whenever you started this podcast specifically. Because I was like, that's insane. Like, that's awesome.
You're like, I can't wait to be invited on.
No, I didn't want to come on here.
Yeah,
you had
the
originally,
first time
originally you had asked, and I was like, oh, I don't know.
Bro, tell them it's not that bad. Like, it's really...
Guys, it's not that scary. Just come on down.
Right, because, like, I do reach out to a lot of people, and they're, like, a little nervous, and I get it. I mean, like, luckily, you've also been trained, like, to be here. But people who haven't, like, I get it. It's really nerve-wracking, but honestly, I personally don't think there's too much going on in here.
Is it? But I've seen your previous guests, and they're funny. They're so funny. They're so entertaining, and I know I'm funny and entertaining.
Yeah.
But I feel like if I'm asked to be funny and entertaining...
Dude,
there's nothing coming out.
It is hard. Like, I told you, like, the intro is the hardest part. I choke every time there's an intro. So, like, don't be worried about coming on here. I choke at the beginning, and then we're good.
No, literally. I think you did great.
Girl, whatever. It's like, what? This is nearly, like, my 30th episode, and I'm still struggling.
Dude. Who? No.
Right, okay,
literally live and learn.
Well, it's also because I'm self-aware. I know.
That's what I was just about to get to that. I was like, that's just you being self-aware.
Dude, it is. And, like, I feel like now that we're self-aware and we know that we are, knowing other people who are significantly, like, not as self-aware as us, or even self-aware at all, is insane. And I feel like you could just look and you could see.
You can tell. You can tell when they're lacking self-awareness, when they're actually self-aware, and when they're fake self-aware.
That is true.
I can't with fake self-awares. They're like, I'm so self-aware, like that, and then they're the most obnoxious person ever. But I'm scared that's me. I'm so scared that's me.
I think that like I don't think you're obnoxious at all. I think everything's for shits and gigs though, and I really enjoy that.
But I feel like there's people that swear up and down they're self-aware, and then they're annoying about being self-aware. And I'm like, are you aware that you're being annoying? Like, are you aware that you're being so self-aware that you're not being self-aware? Or I don't know.
I mean, it sounds like you're referring to someone, so set us up for a story. I be telling people, like, I be talking shit about, like, everyone, and it's like, I'll say something quick about one person, and then I'll say something quick about another person. I never let that shit track back into one, but I'll have people text me, and they're like, are you talking about me on your podcast? And I'm like, bitch, if the shoe fits.
No, literally.
And it'll be someone who I had no... there was like no intention of it being them, but it was like,
But no, me, because I'm a subtweeter. I'm a heavy subtweeter. Yeah. But what's funny is that I don't think it's very rare for me to actually subtweet one person. Most of the time, my subtweets are applicable to many people.
Yeah. Because they're so broad.
They're so broad. That's the whole point. That's literally the whole point. No, I mean, the only reason I'm going to clear it up is because I had another situation where I don't want anyone, even though I don't think anyone that hates me is watching. I don't think so. But even if they are, I don't want them to be like, this bitch is talking shit. No, it's a guy. So I'm going to just leave it at that. It was a guy that was just like, oh, I'm self-aware too. And then was like so annoying about being self-aware that I literally was like, oh, no, you're so self-aware, King.
Shut the fuck up.
No, I think it's when men do it the most. I think it's when men do it that I'm actually like,
honestly,
blink.
I don't, whenever I try to think of people who claim they're self-aware, it's always the people who don't even know what that means, per se. Like, there'll be people who are like, I'm self-aware. And I'm like, bitch, you just listen to the story that you just told me, because there's no way in any universe that would be you. But all right. So I feel like whenever I grew into, like, being self-aware, I also grew into, like, self-acceptance. Like, especially being on camera all the time. I'm sure you're very similar to this. I was like, okay, so I look that way from this angle, and everyone can see me like that. So I feel like once I became self-aware, I also started to accept myself more for what it is. Like, how do you feel about that?
Dude, yeah. That's it really all does come down to, like, these years. It took me so dang long to just accept who I am. Like, it's so freaky, like, inside and out. But more than anything out. I think inside I've always accepted who I am. Yeah. But outside, girl, it's rough.
Dude, you have a good aura around you now. It was pretty dull when I first met you.
I fully believe that. And I 100% feel that too. Oh, that's so sweet, Katelyn. That was so sweet of you to say.
I mean, like, that wasn't really that nice. But it is true. Like, I do feel like when you, like, walk into a room now, like, you're projecting, like, confidence and good vibes, whereas before it was more so like, I'm here, but just don't look at me.
Exactly. And that's why I took it as a compliment, because it took me so far to get, like, it took me so much to get to that point. Like, oh my God, my security, there was no security for me growing up at all. Yeah. Up until, like, recently. And I'm talking, like, not even a year ago recently. So it's really all still fresh and new. And it's crazy that people do notice that. They do notice it. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Yeah. Because I didn't think it made that big of a difference, but it really does. It really does.
No, it does.
But yeah, I had to kind of just accept how I, like, look. Especially, like you said, in video making, I never wanted to record myself. I never wanted to be in videos because I hate how I look. I hate that if I look at the camera too hard, my eyes will get a little funny, or how my...
Felt that.
Like, oh my gosh, or like my teeth. I'm so insecure about my teeth. And on camera, even worse. I'm like, I need to talk only looking this way, and I can't show the gap in my teeth, or just little things like that. And even right now, I'm like, how do I look? How do I look? But also, who cares? And that's really all that self-acceptance is. Dude, I think I'm hot. I know I look hot when I look in the mirror. Who cares if I look hot in the fucking camera? Yeah. People who know me in real life know I'm hot.
That's right. Okay, so, like, now that I'm, like, fully self-aware with, like, and self-accepted, whenever I take a selfie, I feel like I look like dog shit. But then I'm like, I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, damn, I look good. Why the fuck is it not translating?
Why is it? No, because let's talk about it. Why does that mirror, that mirror be looking real good? I'm like, damn, let me get your number, shawty. And then I, like, try to take a selfie. I can't take a selfie. It's, like, level 100 impossible for me. It's hard.
I felt that real down bad, because it's like, I also hate, like, group photos because you can't see yourself, but I could correct it as soon as I see myself.
Right.
But I'm like, hit me with a selfie. Okay, let's take a selfie. No, like I will start noticing things that I don't need to notice. And it's like, it's just the angle. And I feel like because we shoot like so like honest and raw, it's like, I know what I look like, but with you altering how I look with a selfie or a group photo,
right.
we look crazy.
iPhone be injecting stuff too. Not injecting. Hello. iPhone be having like filters on you too and shit.
Dude,
I don't know.
it does.
You look different in Snapchat camera, Insta camera, iPhone camera.
Mm-hmm.
We'll really never know what we look like, I think.
No. I get
We
that.
won't. Because even on this camera, I know I'm gonna look different than what I'm used to, but
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. In the mirror, she's the best camera.
Literally in the mirror, she a baddie. 10 out of 10.
But I do want to ask, like, was there any point in your life where you felt like something made you realize that, like, you had accepted yourself? Like, was there, like, a switch like that?
There was. I know. No, there was, but I don't know. I'm gonna just try to keep it short, I guess. I had like a really bad breakup. And the problem was that like he literally just could not just like stop lusting over other women.
Oh,
pretty much.
Ew.
Literally ill, right? And that caused me to go crazy because I was constantly looking at women and being like, I just compare myself to them. It was so draining to live like that. It was to the point where I couldn't be on TikTok because it would be like a hot girl and I'd be like, he would have that on his For You page. Even though it was just my phone, I'd be like, he's probably in those likes, he's probably in those comments.
Yeah.
And I felt like I went crazy because it's like, girl, what do you mean you were deleting apps, couldn't go to the store without looking at a girl and being like, why is she gorgeous? Like, like, why do you live in Kyle, Texas? Like, girl, kill yourself. Like, it was that bad. And so after a while, I was like, this is insane and draining. Broke up with the guy, yada, yada. But also, I was like, I'm hot too. Like, wait. I lost myself so far in that relationship, and he made him like constantly lusting over other women, made me so insecure in myself that I truly was just like, I don't think I was ever going to accept myself if I stayed in that. But it took me realizing that I was going insane and constantly comparing myself and just looking stupid to be like, wait, actually, I'm kind of gorgeous myself.
Aww.
And actually, my body is not as terrible as I think it is. Like, as I've made myself to believe, it's really fine. And yeah, I just have to stop caring about what others think so bad. Like, why would I care if he thinks I'm attractive? Like, now, and it helps me with so much. I don't care who finds me attractive, who finds me ugly. I really do not care. It's all about what I think. And I think I'm pretty. I think I'm pretty hot.
That was so good. No. Oh my gosh, I am so like happy for you. Oh my gosh. If I didn't have makeup on,
this is like revolutionary.
I would stop crying. I am so happy for you. Like, genuinely, like, hearing you speak about yourself like that makes me feel so good.
Because
like,
I would never years ago.
Yeah.
Ever. I hated myself so bad. And now I like look in the mirror and I'm like.
I love that. And I feel like it translates well. So like now I'm like, fuck that guy. But like, I'm also like, this sounds terrible. I'm glad that happened to you. Because who knows when it would have happened if it didn't happen that way.
Exactly. I'm like, you know what? Even though it was so, like, terrible for my 18-year-old self to, like, go through that and, like, because no one should have to go through that at all. To feel that insecure where you're going insane and you have to delete apps and you can't look at people regularly. But I'm so glad it happened when it did because I really just could not accept I couldn't accept myself. I really couldn't because I was constantly comparing. And now that I've accepted myself, my life has been so great. And like, it's just so awesome. I'm so glad that I'm at the point where I am right now.
I'm so happy
no
for
regrets.
you. I am so happy for you. Like, genuinely, that makes me feel so good that you know that about yourself now. Like, people can see it, but like when you know it and you can audibly say that you know it, that hits different.
It really does.
That work has been put in. No, it hasn't.
Dude, years of like battling with myself. Yeah, it's over now. Obviously, I'm gonna have those days.
Yeah,
where I'm
everyone
like,
does.
But that's all a part of self-acceptance because I've accepted that I'm not always attractive. Yeah. Sometimes I look a little silly. I look a little funky, but
gotta be in your bust down at some point.
Literally, I can't look perfect 24/7.
Right.
It's fine.
But you know, you do. So it doesn't really matter. it's in the eye of the beholder, or
You're
whatever
so
the fuck
sweet.
they say. I'm not trying to be smart right now. I'm just being honest. But like, what does your dating life look like now? Like, what are the vibes? After that, I don't know if I would go back. But
Hell no.
like, how are we feeling now?
Dude, and it's dating, like it those two bounce off together for sure. The whole self-acceptance and dating definitely bounce off each other because dating is so different now. My standards are completely different. My views on relationship are completely different, etc., etc. But I've only had one relationship and I've had a lot to learn from it. And it as obnoxious as it sounds, I really do not want to get into another one until I can like 100% like be sure that it's gonna be a relationship worth going through. Which sounds terrible. Like you shouldn't, I don't know, you should give people a try, give people a chance. But I just do not feel like going through that much emotional damage again.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm closed off. Like, you know, whoever knows, all this extra shit. Like, someone broke my heart and now I gotta be a piece of shit. And that's not like that. Yeah. I'm not closing myself off or anything, but I'm very selective and very, like, my standards are very high right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people, my friends are probably like, girl, I don't know about all that. Like, based on who you be talking to, I don't know about all that, babe. Like, yeah, I do. I have like funky dunky talking stages, but like.
Yeah, I mean, everyone does.
Yeah, but like, I don't let them become relationships.
Yeah. Well, you know, I am probably the worst person to tell all this stuff to because I'm very much the same.
Oh.
I'm just like, I will have those couple that I'll bring up to somebody and they're like, oh, jump scare.
No, they're like, no, Amy, like, what's going on?
And I'm like, look, I think it's fine. But like, friends will be friends. I mean, friends don't always have the same type either.
I can't say that I'm not the same way either to them.
Right. But it's like, as long as you have your standards set to a certain point, like, you're still very young. We're both still very young.
Literally.
It's going to evolve as you go. And who knows, maybe tomorrow you wake up and you want 5 boyfriends. Go off then. Get you those 5 boyfriends. But I do feel like you being selective is probably like the smartest choice just because, like, you know you're hot. You know you're attractive. You know you can do whatever you want to do. It's just... Well, it makes the most sense.
Yeah. I mean, it's so much more than that. But I think it's so funny that you say you're the same way because I believe you should be. 100%. Yeah. Katelyn, when I, like, think of you as a person, like, all, like, your creativity, your mind, your passion, your life balance specifically. Oh, my God, girl, that's a big one, too. Your looks, your personality. Girl, it's gonna take a while for you to find someone worthy of you, and I truly do mean that. Like,
thank you. Can you tell I'm not good at taking compliments? Thank you.
I'm the same way.
I appreciate you.
We really are just too alike.
Gosh. But I mean, like, dating is also, like, hard in this world right now. I feel like, I mean, it's as hard as we make it be, and if we're gonna be selective, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult for us. But like. Man,
yeah. No, it doesn't bother me. It really doesn't.
It doesn't. It only bothers me when other people bring it up or like they're like so full of somebody else. And I'm like, or when I listen to country music, I'm like, why can't that be me? But then I'm like, wait. And it's not to say that those people like don't see themselves as like something great or anything like that. Right. It's just to say that like sometimes, like, I realize I do need to take time and maybe try to work on that. But other times I'm like, I don't really need to. Like, yeah. I'm okay.
No, being peaceful with being single is so important, I think. Yeah. If you ever catch me posting some kind of, like, Insta note, like, if y'all catch me lacking, which I have been caught lacking, but if I'm, like... just acting a fool because I am so desperate and like just being like single, like I hate being single.
Yeah.
Just pull me aside. Talk to me because I can't with people that are too desperately single. And that sounds fucked up, but I think people should value themselves more and know that better is coming for them. Like if you haven't found the person, it's because everybody else sucks. You're great. And honestly, don't take that to heart, though, because some of y'all are single for a fucking reason, and I'm going to leave it at that. But For the people that are like, well, I need to get on dating apps. Like, I'm getting older. I need to do this. I'm like, no, you don't. You're not old at all.
Yeah.
Unless you're 40, it's really not going to be hard to find a partner. Well, I can't talk because I'm not there yet. But in my opinion, there's so many people out there. Mm-hmm. You just got to like put yourself out there and like, I don't know. I don't think you should like rush yourself or question what's wrong with yourself.
Yeah.
Well, you should. But you shouldn't blame it all on yourself. You shouldn't be like, oh, I'm single because of this, because I look this way. If it's looks related, don't ever think that. Shut up.
It's not. I mean, like, they do say, like, there's someone out there for everyone. There's more than just one person out there for everyone. Like, you're going to have many loves of your life. Period. It depends on which one you're going to take. But I want to know, like, with you being, like, content with yourself, are you looking, like, have you ever been on a dating app? Or no? Not yet?
No, I'm not shitting on anybody. Not yet is crazy.
Dude, I mean, like, it's just fun. I think it's fun.
And I hear that. And it sounds fun. But I am just too busy of a person to be doing that, I think. But not to shit on anyone that has dating apps. Because, girl, there's so many people that meet their soulmates on there. And, like, that's awesome. But personally, I feel like I really need my future person. I will find them organically, if that makes sense. And that's still organic. Mm-hmm. In a way, but the way I see it is that the person I want to date isn't on dating apps, so why would I find them on a dating app? And I apply that to everything. Like, it's hard to say. Like, if I'm
I think you're saying it beautifully. Like, I mean, like, you do want it organically, and I personally don't think having a dating app is organic. I mean, that's we're all downloading them, but it's like, why are we downloading them if we can go out to places? Like, I do want to meet someone in person. Not to say that, like, that's not real if you meet them on a dating app, but, like, that was made to meet for that reason. Mm-hmm. It's different if, like, you're out, who knows, like, at a sushi restaurant and some fine-ass guy is like, oh, my gosh, like, she's beautiful. I need to go up to her. Like, he feels the need to do it. That's different. I feel like that's more organic.
Right.
And, like, not to say that I wouldn't take a relationship that I started off of a dating app not serious, but I don't see myself marrying someone who I found on a dating app just because, like, it does feel a little, like, degrading, I feel. Mm-hmm. That's just my personal opinion.
That's just how you feel.
No, it is. And I truly do think there's so many other cool ways to meet people, but I do be having them because of those lonely times when I'm desperate. I go window shopping.
Window shopping?
No, I do go window shopping. And, like, I got a new phone recently, and I only say, like, I also don't save numbers unless we've already, like, either went on a date or we slept with each other because I need to make sure I remember you. But, like, I was swiping, and, you know, it's the same people that you see over and over again. I'll delete it, re-download it, whatever. And, like, this random number was like, I haven't seen you on such and such for a while. And I was like, I just like to see what sort of fish are in the sea. I have no idea who texted me that.
Stop.
Who knows if
you
they
don't
watch?
save it?
No, I don't save it.
No, you're kind of getting into what I was, like, also thinking of. I can't really speak because I haven't been on them, but just from friends talking, because they'll be on them, from what I understand, it really do be the same people on there.
Yeah.
And if nothing's happening, it's because something else is happening. Yeah. If you know what I mean. So I feel like a lot of the guys are on there, be like, hey, let's fuck, and da-da-da-da. And it's like, why would I join that app? Because that's not for dating. If I'm looking for dating, why would I go on that app? You know? And so it's just, I don't know. It's a whole, like, weird hookup culture going on there too that I don't want to be a part of. So it's like,
also, it's the easy way.
It's the easy way to find hookups?
For everything. It's
for
the
everything.
Easy way for a relationship or to find hookups. Like, you're putting yourself in this place where people have an idea of what they want and what you want. So you already know that you're going to mutually, like, have the same idea. That's the easy way. If you put yourself out there in the world and you just shoot your shot with people, that's more difficult. And usually you get rewarded better.
I was going to say.
Just saying.
No. And I honestly have fun doing, I prefer to do it in public.
Yeah.
I love picking out, like, someone. Girl, I love doing that.
Do you be talking to people? Like, do you go up to them? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
That's my favorite thing to do, especially at the club. Girl, it sounds kind of fucked up, but sometimes I do it just to see if I still got it, which is kind of stupid because, like, girl, everyone's drunk. Every guy's drunk. I have tits.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're gonna be down.
Yeah.
But I really will just like talk to guys and like see if they're into me. And then once they like show that they're into me, I'm like, okay, bye. And I walk away.
Wait, what do you say to them? Like, how do you start that conversation?
Oh, there's so many different ways.
Educate us.
Oh, no. People ask me for tips sometimes.
She's like, oh, wait. Oh.
No, because I'm like, should I like be like giving out lessons or you know,
I
like
think so.
should we put this on like a subscription? Like, should we be making money off this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give them a preview.
I guess one of the most recent ones I've done, it was on New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
I went to this club by myself because that sounds insane.
No.
I go with my friends. They don't love to go to Latin clubs. They actually kind of hate it.
Yeah.
So I'll separate from them and I'll go on my own. And man, am I a social butterfly. Like I am like left and right, talking to groups, talking to people. There's this guy and he was like taking a video of the dance floor and he was cute.
Yeah.
And so I came up to him and I was like, wouldn't you rather be joining them though? And
Ooh.
yeah. And he literally looks me up and down. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, I actually have to go. And then I left.
Yeah.
So it's little things like that. Like, it's just like, I
Just
think
a
it's
quick
fun.
jab,
Yes, I
see
think
what
it's
they
so
do.
fun to just like talk to people and being like, oh, like just talking. And
Yeah.
then like getting them riled up and then being like, actually have to go.
Oh my god.
The most I'll do is like one dance with a guy, but honestly, I don't know. When guys ask me to dance, I'm like, I don't know.
I don't like dancing with guys.
Dude, they're rough. I did it one time and he was rough as hell. He kept trying to lift up my skirt. I was like, hello? What?
Okay, this is random. But
Throw it
also, like, I think that now whenever I wear skirts out, I want to buy some bloomers and wear bloomers underneath my skirt so I can shake the ass. People can try to lift up my skirt. Boom. Ruffles. Dude, and it looks cute.
It does look really cute.
Because it's
It
hard to
adds
be.
a little oomph too.
It does. It makes your butt look bigger.
Makes your belly and hips look bigger.
Right,
Period.
right.
Yeah.
But like whenever you go to twerk, you always have to pull down your skirt. Because like your coochie's going to be out.
I'm like, me who has nothing to cover up. I'm like, yeah, that happens to me.
Dude, it's just side note. But I love that. I think like, damn it. I guess when we go out, I'm gonna have to try. See what I do.
No, you and I need to go out and then like, girl, it's just very men are so. No offense, guys are so easily like.
Yeah.
They jump at the first opportunity with a woman, honestly. And like I said, that's why it's not very complimenting. Like, I don't take any, what's the word? Like, what's the word? I don't get any validation from men at all.
Oh.
At all. Like, whether they approach me or I approach them and they're digging me, male validation is like the easiest thing you can get.
Yeah, that is true.
They'll literally give it to a roach if it has an ass. So,
Dude, you're right.
so like, and nothing ever validates me. Nothing I do, even when I'm like, oh, and they're feeling me, it's not like I'm like, oh, yeah, I still got it. Because they'll find anyone hot, they're drunk.
Yeah,
and like I
is true.
said, I have a good face, I have tits. It's very easy.
You know what you're working with.
Yeah, so it's really just more for fun.
Yeah. No, I do like that you say that because like, I think it's very refreshing as well because like even though I say like I'm grown out of that, there's some part of me who like as soon as a guy says something about me, I'm like, oh, I thought you were ugly before, but like now I guess you're cute. I'm trying to grow up in that sense, but because I don't put myself in those scenarios, it still means something. So maybe I need to just jump on the train that you be on.
Get on.
Now I'm nervous. I probably shouldn't have said that because now you're gonna be like, okay, go, do
No,
it.
I'm not. No, I don't pressure people at all because my friends will see me do that and they're like, I don't know how you do that, and I'm like, girl, just do it. But I never pressure them. I just kind of be like, just try it. Try it. You'll have fun.
Yeah.
You'll realize that nothing is ever that serious. And honestly, it's a good like test too, in a way, because I'll be like this with people I am interested in, and I see how they react, and it's just
Ooh.
like and it makes me less nervous to talk to the people I do like. Because
I
I
like
used
that.
to be a problem back then. Now it
Yeah.
isn't. Because
really
I've
like
built
that.
up that like confidence in a way.
Wow. Oh my gosh, you have such a big brain, bro. You do. That was really good.
This head isn't huge for nothing. There's a lot of knowledge.
All right, everyone. So that's going to be it for today's episode. Thank you so much for joining us. Amy, do you have anything that you want to tell the people or shout out yourself for before you leave?
Yes. Follow my TikTok, Amy Gab Esp. Right now, I'm not posting too many funny videos. It's more thirst traps, but if you're down with that, follow it.
Okay, so that gives them more of an incentive to follow.
No, No, seriously.
Okay, well, I'll have it linked below so that you can go in and watch. But make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you want to see more, make sure you subscribe. To stay up to date with all things Kickin' It With Katelyn, be sure to follow me on TikTok and on Instagram at kickinitw.katelyn. And we'll see you next time. Bye!